Hello. Hi friends, how are you? I'm so glad that I finally got on here today. Good grief, it's taken me forever, right? I missed yesterday. I hate missing days, I really don't mean to, but yesterday was jam-packed. And wait till you hear about it. Today was jam-packed too, but you know, that's just the way it goes. So I hope as you join in that you'll give me a comment and just let me know you're here. So just seeing that thumbs up, but I'm gonna take a quick drink from my water bottle because I'm dying of thirst. What an awkward way to start a video. Anyways, if you don't know me, my name is Michelle, and I'm a mom of 12 amazing kids. I have nine boys and 3 girls. I almost said 8 boys. I have 9 boys and 3 girls. And baby number 13, another girl, is on the way. So I'd like to tell you what's been going on if you're interested. Because, you know, I have been working really hard to get my house decluttered and get ready for this baby. A lot because this baby possibly has Down syndrome, and no matter what, when you have a baby, you don't want things all over the house and in the way as they learn to crawl, because they learn to scoot and crawl before you could snap your fingers, right? It just happens so quick. So I didn't want all this stuff in the way, and it's in the way. I mean, my kids knock it over, I knock it over. It's kind of annoying. So I've been working really hard to get it all knocked out, and I have the help of those clutter helpers from the Dr.Phil show. And they have been coming, and they have been coming regularly, and we are seeing a difference because we are being consistent. And we're consistently, like the first time we worked on just some little tiny areas I had that were needing decluttering, but then we have been consistently working on the garage for an hour and a half and the master bedroom for an hour and a half each week. So that's what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about. But thanks for being here. Thanks for joining in. It's so good to have you. I have so many new subscribers. I don't even know who all of you are. I'd love for you to introduce yourself a little bit. Let me know where you're from. It's awfully fun. I love to know how you found me, you know, and what you think. So go ahead and throw that in. And if you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up to help other people find it as well, and then also so that you could be one of the first to see it when I go live. And then if you haven't subscribed, in that little box you could push that red subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every time I go live. So this week for Fly Lady, and it's kind of crazy because I do Fly Lady, Marie Kondo, and Clutterbug. Those 3 just do it for me. Marie Kondo not as much as she used to, but she helped a lot, so I got to give her credit. And then now that I'm into Fly Lady Cat a lot, I really stick with her program because it is very, very helpful. And it's actually changed my life and helped me stay consistent and not just give up altogether, which I really appreciate for so many reasons. So, as you know, yesterday the day before yesterday, I told you guys that the clutter people were coming to help yesterday. So that was Wednesday. And on Wednesday, they did come, and I continued to do, you know, we did our morning routines, and I continued to do school with the kids while the clutter ladies were here because they mostly were helping Rod for the first hour and a half. He ended up taking the entire time, but that's fine with me because he's not always here when they're here, so it was kind of good. But he spent an hour and a half in the garage organizing, and I am so impressed with what's been done. I cannot wait to show you the walkthrough. You'll have to come back and check that out. I can post the videos below that show you kind of the state of where it was at before, but then you can see where it is now because it is hugely improved. And then I said for that next hour, because I was still doing school with the kids, and I was a little afraid that he won't necessarily listen to me because I have tried and tried to help him with his drawer set, tried to help him in his closet, and they still just turn over back into a disaster before a week or 2 is up. And it's frustrating as a wife when you're just trying to help him out, and you have piles of clothes randomly spread around, you have trash spread around, he had mountains of bills and letters. You couldn't even shut the drawers on his nightstand. There were so many papers. Well, I was able to have them come in and help him, and boy, did they help him. And he just streamlined it. I'm telling you, he was gung-ho. He'd just done the garage. He's just in that streamline mode. Just get rid of all this stuff that you don't need to move forward in your life. And he just worked and worked and worked till he got it done. And that nightstand is clear, and I cannot wait to show you with our walkthrough where it's at. And then after we did that, we both took after the end of the day, when I finished school with the kids, and he had finished with the declutterers, and I talked to them about what the plan was going to be for today. And we were able to get so, like, we just were fried. We looked through a couple things that we had set out to look at and kind of review, and then we just took a nap, and it felt so good. And then he wanted to go on a date because he's probably not going to be here this weekend. He'll be working overtime. So he wanted to take me out on a date, which was random, and which is fine. And we went and saw a movie, and that worked out good because it just gave us both the chance to just relax and not have to think, kind of just clear our mind a bit. And then, you know, we just had our evening routine and went to bed, and it was wonderful because we watched a matinee, so we were home earlier. And then today I got my morning routine done, and I had told the lady that I was going to have the nightstand done, which I would have done yesterday in the late afternoon, except for we went on a date instead. And I figured it's okay to swap it. I could just knock it out in the morning, but it took me a little bit longer than I anticipated. And I just took everything out of the drawers, wiped them down. Oh, hello, hello. I wish I knew your name. You're so sweet. You say such nice things. Thank you. But I cleared those drawers and I wiped them out. And then I had an assignment for each of the drawers, and I started putting it together, and there was a lot more room than I had remembered could work for that area. So I did that, and I can't wait to show you those tomorrow. Oh, Kat, that's awesome. Yes, everything as well. I love the name Kat. That's awesome. Then I'm just talking about the declutterers when they came over today and what they helped with. And for, so after I did that nightstand, she got here. And when she got here, I kind of told her, you know, I just finished this nightstand. I got it ready. I got a few things left out because I knew that I was going to have an area for, you know, I've been seeing the same reoccurring things as I go through these papers and the different boxes. There's always church stuff, there's schools, homeschool stuff, there's my personal things, there's memorabilia, and then there's also, there's one more and I can't think what it is. But those are the piles that I keep seeing over and over, like maybe school supplies. So we went ahead and emptied my mirrored dresser and wiped it all out. We emptied the tall dresser, wiped it all out. It was luckily for me, I've been working on this, so I already had some of the drawers already empty or close to empty, and that was way better. But it just felt so good. And then I started assigning homes, because remember I had that paper written out that I showed you in the other video, had that paper where I you know, draw out the drawers, and then I assign each of the drawers a job. So one has paper, one has construction paper, one has cardstock, one has school supplies, you know, just kind of like that. And then I did the same thing over on the top one. You did? That's awesome. Well, so for me, this was kind of a triple threat going on, right? Because I needed to do the dressers and my nightstand. I needed to do this area that's right on the other side of this office desk. And I needed to get those books and things. Yes, totally. But big time nesting. I don't want to ever nest again. I want it to just be done. And then in the closet, I had all those buckets I showed you. And I mean, check this out. Empty. All of these are empty. And I have more of them. I just don't want to reach over there. So many of them are just empty because that's what we did. We worked on those and just emptied them and put those things in the dresser, and it still has room for more. So I'm really excited because that's going to clear that whole shelf in my closet and make it more workable for me. I just want my own personal items there. And I'm going to I still need to move the, I need to move that bookcase and the papers out of it so that I can put the toiletries there and the I think that's about all I need to put on that. So yeah, that's going to take up a little bit of time, but probably not more than an hour at the most. So I'm kind of excited because a lot of it went fast. And when I sorted that nightstand, I was so proud of myself because I just started looking and it was that overwhelming, you know, I did a little video on it, but I haven't posted it yet. But I just saw this overwhelming pile of clutter and just, it was random stuff. So I said, okay, first what I'm gonna do is just pick up all the paper and put it in one pile. So I put up all the paper. And then I'm going to start just doing like things. That's for February. I'm doing all the baby stuff in February, Kat. And that'll make it a lot, just because I'm going to be a lot slower and all I have to do is really some laundry and folding and then wiping down the crib and everything. And I think that that'll be slow enough for me in the month of February because I'm due at the end of February. But for this month, I'm trying to just knock out the master bedroom and knock out what I can in the garage because it's going to be too hot in the summer for me to work in the garage. So, and plus I'll have a new baby. Why would I want to do that? So, and it's almost done. So I'm really excited. But after I got the bedroom done, let's see. So they helped me clear out all the buckets. They got everything, we got everything put together, and then the time ran out. So I still have more to do in this room. It's not quite there. It's still a little bit in the messy stage, but not as bad as it normally would be because I've already put a lot of it away. But when I do the walkthrough, I can't wait to show you. Hopefully I'll have a lot more of it done. Yeah, Panda is just a good friend in there. Hi, Panda. But he's a friend of my son's, and he's always so sweet to be supportive. Let's see. So the next thing is I don't have a P.O. box. I was thinking about getting one, but I didn't get that far. Hi, Heather. It's good to have you. I'm so glad you're here. We're having a little chat, just talking about all the decluttering that I've been doing. And I'm on a rampage because this week is the master bedroom, master closet, and master bathroom. Master closet and master bathroom with Fly Lady. And Fly Lady Cat just says, you know, just make 4 things. Oh, hello, hello. You know what? That is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. If you want to do that, you can do that. I'll accept it, and I'll get a P.O. box just for you, okay? And then I'll message you or whatever, or I'll start posting it in the link below. But I really need to do that, so I'll get that going. I could probably even do that this week or next, all right? So you probably, hopefully, won't be done before then. You're welcome. I'm excited. But now let's talk, you know, so I'm working on these zones. I have added that extra project. Oh, good. You're amazing. I've been working on these extra projects, right? Like the garage. And with it almost being done, I'm just like really excited. I feel like I'm so close to done that it's almost just unbelievable. I mean, I'll still have my major project, which is more of a sentimental project of putting the photo albums together, but everything will be sorted and the pictures will be where they need to be, and everything else will be put away, and that's going to help tremendously. So when I do the walkthrough, I can't wait to show you. But I'm kind of collecting some pictures for the video I want to do on decluttering in the master bedroom, because that's a big deal. Then my order for, well, I was going to tell you first that after all of that work, it was only an hour and a half, 2 hours. My daughter had come over and she brought her son and her newborn baby. So that was fun. I got to cuddle with her for a while before I finished up. And then when I was done, I was just tired. And my daughter, I told her she could come over and just take a nap on my bed. And then we would watch the kids for her. So she was taking advantage of that. And then my other daughter, who's not here very often, Sunshine, she wanted to hold the baby, so she took the baby. So I just laid down with my daughter Tuesday and took a nap. And boy, was it a good nap. And then, you know, we had dinner and we got some things cleaned up, but I still have a lot I want to do. And it's just, I've got to be careful not to overwork so I don't get burnt out. And that's typical for someone like me to just keep going and get burned out, right? Hello, hello. Cat naps are great. They feel awesome. And I just needed more of them, and I don't fight it. I just go ahead and sleep and I feel better. Then I ate dinner, and then my package got here with my, one cool thing is that in my bathroom, I'm just kind of pulling a few things out. Like I got rid of 3 towels I didn't want, and I needed to pull out some old makeup, and I knew I was sick of these curling irons I have, because I'll curl my hair, and you'll notice in a lot of my videos it's been straight since it used to be curly, and that's because my good curling iron died, and I just had all these crappy curling irons that I was trying to use, and they just don't hold they don't get hot enough, and my hair doesn't get curled with them, and it just is kind of a pain, so I just kind of gave up on them. But today, my new curling iron got here, the one that my daughter-in-law recommended. You know, she's a hairdresser. She's so sweet. I don't have her do my hair yet. I don't know why. It's no big reason. Mostly because I have a sister-in-law that's always done my hair, or a good friend that always has. And I don't know. Maybe I'll switch to her one of these days. But so I got this new curling iron, and I can't wait to try it tomorrow. So that'll be fun. And then I also, in that same box, got my belly bra. And it took a minute. My daughter, my single daughter, who's never been pregnant, never had a baby, never been married, never, you know, she doesn't know how to put it on. I didn't know how to put it on. I've never wore a belly bra. They didn't have these back when I was doing it. The only thing I had was like a belly band that you could wear, like right after you had the baby, to kind of help pull your soft organs back in and help just tuck everything back where it needs to be so you can get in your jeans. And I would wear that occasionally, and it really helped me get back down to my jean size by wearing that. But I didn't want it too tight. You know, I kept it kind of loose because I didn't want to hurt or injure anything inside. But this belly bra is crazy. This belly bra doesn't look like a girdle. I don't know if I dare show it to you today because I have it all tucked funny. But like I said, we put it on wrong. At first, I'm like, I don't know about this belly bra. It doesn't feel right. And it was kind of flappy and whatever. But then I was like adjusting it. I'm like, wait a second, there's Velcro here on this side. I bet that it goes on that side. So I kind of reversed it and switched it around. Now I can feel the support, and I had to kind of loosen it. I had it so tight, it was causing contractions. But we're just trying to keep that breech baby head down, you know, because we turned her earlier this week, and I could feel her moving a little bit. I'm like, no, just stay there. So luckily that belly bra got here. And hopefully she stays put. If not, we'll move her one more time and just tell her, you're supposed to stay there. But it feels good to be trying to address that. There's just so many things I need to remember to take care of for me. Today was kind of a free day for me because I did my errands on Tuesday. So I didn't use that as a free day. I used this as a free day. Oh, yeah, kind of maybe like a hug. Nah, not like a hug. More like a girdle, it probably feels like. Because it's got a band across the top, and then a waistband plus a front band that tucks underneath the belly. So it's kind of weird. But, you know, if I can just remember to take care of me. I've got my 6-week formula I need to be taken, and I've only got 5 weeks left, 6 at the most, so I need to get those going. I need to get my yoga ball blown up, and I think that's about it. So I'm getting closer, but there's just so many things that I need to have done. Oh, yeah. I need to actually loosen it right now. It's still too tight. But luckily it's got the handy Velcro. You can just pull it back, so it's not so bad. But I feel better just knowing that I'm doing things to help promote the healthiest birth possible. So that's where I'm at. We'll see how it goes, right? So yeah, with that, I'll need to do that with a P.O. box, and I'll need to do that with, I've got the letters of exemption to do for my son. I've got to go file a police report against that house he kept running to. I've got to go get those herbs and stuff, and it's just like, is there really enough time to get all these things done? I can't leave every day. I mean, we do school, and the kids were glad. They got to have a light schedule today. We just did, they did their math pages, they did their computer work, they did their handwriting, and then they all had to read for an hour. So they had a light schedule today, but they loved it because they got to read the book of their choice, and they got to just do that. So then they played with Legos and stuffed animals, and then my grandson came over, so they played with him. It was just a fun play day, kind of. He's still in Utah, and he'll be in Utah for another week and a half. and he's doing fabulous. Like I said, one thing that I love about the reason that I kind of sent him up there is I wanted him to remember how fun life could be without being high. You don't have to be high to have fun. Because he was always saying, well, it just makes everything more fun and, you know, more enjoyable. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. You've forgotten what it's really like to be sober. So hopefully just him being away from it for a couple of weeks will help. It'll be a couple, 2 or 3 weeks. And I just kind of am at, I'm just kind of having a hard time deciding how long to leave him, because he's also supposed to come get his new retainer in for his, it looks like that sometimes. I'm an oncologist and feel sometimes not enough time in a day. My husband has had a heart transplant, so it's a lot. Oh my gosh. Your husband had a heart transplant? Jeez Louise, yeah, with doctor's appointments and follow-up and self-care and having to take care of him. That is just, whoa. I mean, you really have to get good at scheduling and just write down everything that you have to do and then kind of space it throughout the week according to what needs to be done. I hope I made a wise choice. I have talked to him on the phone. Oh, he's so young. Cat, how sad. But yeah, you know, he's doing really good. I talked to him on the phone and he just said he's having a good time. But you know, he's a kid. He's not going to tell me everything that's going on. But I know they're having a good time because I know what they're doing. I know they're taking an engine out of a Jeep and moving it into the other Jeep. I know that he's working with his cousin and they're doing some door trim and, you know, some house trimming things, some carpentry work, and he's enjoying that. And I know that he's, you know, been having some parties and, you know, he's just feeling a lot of independence. So that's good. Yeah, I feel really good about it. I hope it's working. And I'm afraid to have him come back, you know, because we just have a couple of really bad houses nearby that he knows all too well that he snuck at, you know. It was kind of funny today because we pulled out the handcuffs. You know, we were cleaning out my closet and there's handcuffs, you know, and the clutter helper's looking at me like, what the heck are these for? And I'm like, well, actually we bought those for my son because I thought I was going to handcuff him to me or my husband, you know, whoever he's with. Hi, Brandy. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you caught me too. But yeah, but I didn't know if I needed to take that extensive of a measure, but I just might have to if he keeps pulling that stuff. And he's going to hate it, but he's just got to learn to be obedient and be respectful and to listen to the rules. You know, I'm in charge, he's not, and they forget that, right? Those teenagers. So yeah, that's my crazy life. I can't believe your husband at 38 had heart surgery, Kat. That's insane. Insane. And Heather, how are things going for you? Did you get all the stuff done you were trying to get finished? I know you were working on something. I'm trying to remember what it was, but that was a few days ago, and that means it's probably erased from my memory. You know how that pregnancy stuff goes? Yeah, he is doing great. Oh, I'm so glad he's doing great. That's awesome. Hugs to you, too. You're doing so good. Exactly. She's the one who's kind of helped me reclaim that in the last 6 months and just realize I have a right to claim that. And I had to put my foot down with my husband. I'm like, look, you work outside the home. I work in the home. This is my place, my domain. This is the vocation I'm in charge of. And you can't just come in and do whatever you want. You have to kind of abide by the rules and help out so you keep the flow going. Otherwise, you just disrupt everything. And, you know, and I just am sweet and invite him, you know, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And it just works out really good. The way that it's been happening. He's like, wow, that makes a lot of sense, you know. So he lets me teach him how to discipline the kids and lets me teach him how to talk to some of the kids. And, you know, it's good because sometimes guys just aren't really good at that. But we're really trying to help him build a better relationship with the kids because they all feel like they have a good relationship with me, but they don't feel like they have that good of a relationship with their dad. Even though they'd like more time with me, sometimes it's time that is just too difficult for me to give. Like they want a lot of emotional time. They want to, you know, just talk to me, and sometimes it's hard. when I'm like in my work mode, and I have to try to break away from that. Yes, Heather, that's awesome. That's your project you were working on. I knew you were working on something big. Working on getting your house ready to sell, and now you've had it showed and it looked good. That's awesome. Now all you have to do is clutter checks every day and just do that. You probably have to do the home blessing hour every day, or at least the vacuuming, right? Yeah, I hope she sells quick too. Are you going to move far, Heather, or are you going to move kind of close by? Yes, right? Are you going to move far, or are you going to move close by? Did I miss any other questions? Let me check. Oh, geez. Looks like I caught everything pretty well. Oh, you're staying in the same area. Okay, so your husband didn't change his job or anything like that. You just need a bigger house or a more efficient house. Sometimes that's what we end up having to do. So yeah. But I'm so excited. It just feels so good to have everything coming together. And you know, another funny thing is, remember I told you that my husband and I were looking at those books. We were looking at some stuff. Well, in the garage, we'd had these really old books. I wonder, they're kind of handy. I could show them to you. But a long time ago, like years ago, maybe 15, 20 years ago, my husband worked for this company. And as a gift to the employees, they wanted to kind of expand the company. So they bought this program and had this guy teach. Lou Tice was his name, and he had a book, and he had this curriculum, and you had to write down all your thoughts, and it was a lot about positive affirmations, and you had to write these positive affirmations and put them on your mirror every day and stuff like that. And it was really like mind-blowing way back then, because it was like, you know, new information. People were just catching it, and it was working in a lot of ways. But it's kind of funny because my husband and I were reading the goals, and the goals are kind of the same. So it made me feel like we're just going in circles, you know. It was clear the clutter in the house, get more organized, you know, have a better relationship with my husband, have more time with my kids. And I'm like, wait a second, that sounds like a broken record. And so it made me really want to just push forward, get this done once and for all, and just be where I want to be and focus more on the now and where we're going in the future instead of living in the past. Yes, right? Yeah, I love that. What's hard for me is when I successfully do my routines and find myself getting irritated with the kids if anything gets messed up again. Yeah, well, you know what? That is a perfectionism thing. I also call it, you know, people will fight and say, I need to be patient. I need to be more patient. And I say, forget that. Screw being patient. You need to be tolerant, because surface mess is different than clutter and different than the house being dirty. You know, if the house has been vacuumed and dusted and the trash has been taken out, like say in the family room, and they've got their toys, that's okay. So you just have them pick them up before dinner, or you have them pick them up after dinner. That's okay. I can't believe you watch this then. You're so sweet. You just watch because I have a crazy life, right? That's what I'm here for. I'm definitely entertaining with my life. Yeah, but don't take that so seriously, Brandy, because they'll remember that. They'll remember, oh, wow. The only girl? Oh, how cute. My sister-in-law, she had 8 brothers, and she was the last one. She had 7 brothers, and she was the last one born, and she was the only girl. Yes, expect what you expect. But it's kind of difficult when you're first trying. Ah! If you have time, you can come back. If you don't have time, that's fine. I'll just finish up where we left off. I apologize for that. Didn't even notice, because you can't really see it on your phone, that the battery's low. I should have checked that before I got on, but sometimes you don't do that. So, is it still messing up for you, Heather? I went ahead and I lost my connection, but I'm back, okay? So hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up real quick if you can hear me. Oh, you hear me, yay. Okay, so you feel guilty for getting up with the upset with the kids? Yeah. Good. You change it from patience to tolerance because it's hard to be patient. Patience is a gift. Tolerance you can do. You can tolerate children. You can tolerate their cute little messes and their cute little screams and their cute little, you know, jokes and things that they do. But being patient requires a whole different gift set. So you don't need to worry about that. But I say, I'm getting better at running the roost, you know. I'm getting better at being the alpha at my home, and I'm getting better at doing things like, for instance, in the morning before we even go downstairs, the kids have to have their bedroom tidied, their bed made. They have to be ready for the day, face washed, teeth brushed, hands washed, hair done, clothes on, pajamas put away, just like Kat says. And then, that's right. I found out how to manage that when my kids were when I had about 4 kids. I know, you lost me because the connection lost for some reason. I reconnected it. Hopefully it works this time. Jeez. Maybe I don't have my internet connected. I might just have it on Verizon, and I don't know. We'll just have to figure that out because I don't usually have glitches like that, right? But I do that in the morning. I have that morning check and their room's already tidy. And then everybody has their chore. You know, one has to clear the stairs in the hallway. One has to clear the front room. One has to clear the downstairs if they hadn't already. Like if something else popped up in the middle of the night or somebody left something or whatever. So they get that all cleaned up. And then before they're even allowed to watch TV, they have to have their chores done. The kitchen has to be cleaned up from our last meal. And then they can watch television or go to a friend's after school. But they can't until their chores are done and everything's put away. So you just have to learn what works for your family, and when you have it, oh good, yeah, that's kind of, I don't know that my mom was just like that, but we had our chores to do for sure. But you just have to kind of figure out what will gel and where the flow needs to be for your family, you know, what works best, because that flow is what's changed me. I've done some videos on that with the kids, kind of what my flow is for the morning. I used to, but I have got the kids' room down to so simplified that they can do it on their own now. Because if I have to pick it up now, I gather it and put it in a donation bag. So I'll give them like a 5-minute warning, and I'll say, hey, if there's any toys left up on the floor in the next 5 minutes, and I'm gathering them and I'm giving them away. And I'll be happy to give them away. And they believe me, and so they pick them up. The bed making has stuck with you your whole life. Yeah, Kat. That has been a game changer for me. I did it when I was young, but somewhere along the lines I fell out of it, but now I'm better. You get up, and Heather gets up, she showers and makes sure she's done in the morning, and then you make the beds and get the kids ready. Do you make your kids' beds, or do you have them make their beds? I don't make my kids' beds anymore. Fly Lady Cat said, no, I don't get to do that. So it's good. I just made it a real simple bed for them. They just have a sheet, and then their big blanket lays up, and then their individuals just fold up at the end of the bed. And they can handle that, and it's real easy. So I really like that. But yeah, it's just a habit. It really is, because even midway last year, I wasn't real good at all of that. And just with constantly working on it, from what Fly Lady Cat said, on school mornings you do, that's nice of you. But I just, after habit and practice and falling off the wagon a lot of times, I was already really good at getting the kids up and ready for the day, and getting their hair done, their teeth, make sure their teeth were brushed, their hands are washed, and getting them dressed. So it was kind of easy to tie in a couple of routines right there. Kind of like for me, you know, it's automatic when I put my makeup on to just push play on my scriptures so that I can just keep running that. So, you know, you just do the best you can. And I just really think that when we have those routines set in place for us, our lives just go smoother, whether we're married or not, whether we have kids or not. It just really makes a difference. And then you just get to play and have guilt-free play. And then whenever somebody comes over, it doesn't matter, because you're never embarrassed. And that feels so much better than having to always make excuses and apologies for the presentation of your house, regardless of the chaos that's going on. Now it's just like, it's easy. And if there's a little clutter, it's not that big a deal. your boys are 10 and 11, and when they make their beds, I feel the fingers twitch, and I want to fix it so bad, but I don't dare. Good job, Mommy. You deserve an award for that. And that's how it is. You have to kind of stand back and refrain, and it's not about being perfect. It's about them learning the habit. It's about them learning to do it, and that you're proud of them. You're so proud of them for doing their very best. And if their best isn't perfect, that's okay, because it's not like you've got people looking over to buy your house, right? I mean, it makes sense. Heather's kind of having to do that right now because she could have somebody come in to tour her house at any time. So she's got to make sure it looks the best it can. But, yeah, and that's right. You probably got really good at that, right? Kat, you probably got really good at that habit because of your mom. That's right. Those routines are life-changing, and they become so much of a habit you don't even notice they're happening. And I'm noticing my house is looking better and better, and I'm like, oh, this area is already clean. I don't have to work on that anymore. All I gotta do is maybe wipe the windowsills occasionally or dust the baseboards. And, you know, while I'm pregnant, I have the housekeepers doing that, and I'll let them do that. And I just write down the few things I want to make sure that they do, and it just works out. So, I mean, not everybody could get housekeepers. I understand that. I just don't want one more thing to do right now. Oh, that's so cute, Kat. Yeah, I in a hotel bed, I just throw it up. I don't make it look perfect like they do because I want them to change the sheets. But I will pull it up and straighten it out because I don't like sitting on the bed when it's all, you know, screwy and you know, it's crinkly from the night before. I don't like that. So, yeah, I'm out on that. Well, girls, is there anything else you want to talk about? We've been on here for 36 crazy minutes. I know, Brandy. I can't believe it either. It's like, how fast did that go? That's gone by really fast. Yeah, I like that. Find money or whatever. Heck yeah, I found, I don't know, dollars and dollars. Oh, wait, it was for my laundry, though. I love these chats, too, Heather. Yeah, really fast. It's gone by really fast. I can't believe I only have a few weeks left. It's just, I keep looking at I was thinking about buying a couple more maternity outfits. I'm like, what for? I don't have any need to. I have something different I can wear every day. Even at church, 4 different dresses I can wear. So, yeah, you're sweet, Kat. I don't think it's so much, it's not needed to be so much respect as, you know, well, for me, I don't think of it like that. I hear a lot of people say that. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's a big deal. But for me, it's just I've had them one at a time until I had number 10 and 11 or 11 and 12 because they were twins. So, but the rest of them were just singles. And that's all I did was just have them one at a time. And can I do one more? Yes, I can do one more. Can I do another one? Yes, I can do another one. And that's what I did. Oh, no. Because you know what? It's just a learning thing. I compare having babies. I compare having babies at like you're juggling, right? So say you're wanting to learn to juggle and you can throw up this one ball. You can get pretty good at catching it. It's kind of tricky at first, but that's just like having one kid and you just learn to juggle that one ball. Well, then you add a second ball and you're throwing it up and then you're trying to do the juggling thing and it's going to take a while, but you're going to get the hang of it. But it's going to take a little longer than just doing that one. And then the same when you have 3 kids, you know, you throw in another one, you're like, holy crap, they're all falling, but they really don't need to. Good jobs, 25X. You can watch all you want. I talk really fast. I apologize for that, but that's really how a lot of us talk in America. Some of us with more of a draw too. And then, you know, I'm from Oklahoma, so you're going to get a little bit of a draw in here sometimes. It's pretty well ironed out now that I've lived in Las Vegas for a long time. But, well, yeah, Brandy, but I've been doing it a long time. I've been doing it 29 years. I've been juggling for 29 years. And every time I have a baby, it doesn't matter whether it's baby 5, 10, or 13, it is another ball I'm adding, and I have to juggle it. I have to work it in and figure out what routine has to come with that baby and what I have to push aside. And I mean, you always have to make room for that new one. And so it's just kind of like you don't want to beat yourself up over that. But yeah, you're capable of doing a lot more than you realize. I remember I had 5 kids and I was like, what's missing? We need to travel more. We haven't been going on summer vacations because it's been a couple of years. So my husband was working so much, he would go with us. So I ventured out to take all 5 kids on a vacation by myself to the beach in California. And I thought that was pretty brave, and I was a little bit nervous, but I did it, and we had a blast, and I want to do it again. So it's just not one of those things where I have to worry about, you know, whether I have 1, 2, 5, or 10 or 12 kids. You just have to make do, and you just figure it out. And you know where it's great now, because with having 13 kids, oh, 25K, I have 13 kids. Well, I have 12. Baby 13's in the oven. Will be due here in the next 4 or 5 weeks, so you'll definitely want to keep watching. But you know, it's kind of like my kids have been in sets, right? Because my oldest is 27. She'll be 28 this year. And then I have 2 of my kids are married and have babies. I have 2 of them that are moved out that are adults. And I have 1 adult son living here in my house. And then the rest of them are 18 and under. So it's like you almost have different families. That first 4 or 5 were a family. And then that next group was a family. And now these last 5 are really much a family, let alone the 7. So it's just, you know, you just kind of try to just blend everybody the best you can. But yet the youngers love the olders, and the olders love having the youngers, and they love that their kids are able to play with my kids, and that my little kids entertain them, and they just don't have to worry about them when they're playing here. So it's kind of a fun deal how we get it all working together. You know, you can watch some of my videos from the past and see when the family gets together and how fun and crazy and just happy, what a joyous time we have, because there's so many of us together, and just we all get along. That's one thing I really love. You know, in my family there was a lot of fighting and hitting and just abusive language, and just a lot of mean things were going on. Not all the time, but a lot. And I've really wanted my kids to be, I just really wanted my kids to get along. So we didn't allow our kids to fight or hit or be mean. I mean, they try to slip it in every now and then, but we shut them down pretty quick. And yeah, my kids help with things like, I really haven't had to vacuum for a couple of years because my kids vacuum. Somebody has that as a chore. Yeah. When you're getting together for the holidays, it's the best. But like vacuuming and dusting and taking out the trash, I don't have to do that. I was doing all the dishes for a while, but now I have kids taking turns doing the dishes. So that's working. Not perfect, but better than me having to do it. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, that's just where I'm at. That's the kind of craziness that goes on. And I think just, yeah, chores are great. They're great for me and they're great for kids. Just making sure that we take care of those things. Hi, Erin. It's good to see you. I've been missing you. Yeah, so it's just kind of fun that we're trying to figure out that's the best way to do things. And I think of it as peace and flow. And I just want things to be not calm necessarily, but without a lot of ups and downs, a lot of emotional highs. Let's just keep it steady and make sure everything's just going the best way it can. And it really does make a difference in this house with all these kids. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Can you believe it? We've been on for 43 minutes, going on 44. It's been fun, all the new people coming on here today. It's been fun chatting with everybody. There's so much to cover. If you have any questions, you could throw them down. I still have a few more minutes before I got to put the kids to bed. They're watching TV again. I guess that's kind of when I do my YouTubes now, is when they watch TV, because it makes sense. But yeah, if you have anything that you'd like to add, this would be a good time. Oh, you're in Florida? You've been staying up late, Kat. Oh my goodness. My Fly Lady mentor, Kat Brewer, she's also in Florida. So yeah, she's not usually on here in the late night ones that I do. This isn't really late for me, but it's probably late for you guys because you're 3 hours ahead. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of them. Nothing like vacuuming and filling a Nerf dart accidentally by, right? That is so how it is with children. I quit buying those kind of things, and then what happens? My son buys them now for the kids for Christmas. Good heavens, child. Some people's kids, right? Especially when they're my own. Oh, dear me, oh my. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of new ones. I did my new pregnancy video this week. I did a walkthrough of the house. I did, I've still got another walkthrough to do since the clutter people have been here. I've got just some different things that we're doing, so we'll see how it goes. And I'm trying not to sleep through all of it. It's like it's so tired. All right, ladies. So if you can't think of anything else, then I'll probably just wrap it up so that we can let Kat go to bed and whoever else is staying up way too late and needs to get things going. Right, Brandy? Oh, it was so good for you friends to be here tonight. I love chatting with you. Just glad to have your company and to get to know you. It really does just lift my heart. And you know, where I can't get out a lot and talk to a lot of people, but I love having a good chat. Boy, does that just fill your soul. Especially when you just know you're not the only one out there with struggles. You know, you're not the only one out there with kids and trying to make things happen. And you know, you're not the only one trying to raise a family and get along with a spouse and keep a clean house. And, you know, where, like Kat, sure, you don't have any kids, but your husband just had a heart transplant at 38 years old. That sucks. You know, it's just, there's just so much that we go through, and just bonding as women is really beautiful. Oh, Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh, Brandy. I'm so glad you found us. But yeah, that's just one of those things that brings us together, and I just really appreciate that. You're on Eastern time. I forgot about that, Heather. So it's been a great night. It's been a great visit. Thanks for coming. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow won't be as crazy as today was. It's more of a laid back day because all it is car and purse day, and I'll probably work in this bedroom a little more. Hopefully I can get everything put together. So, oh yeah. That's awesome. You both are. Jelly. All right, ladies. Take care. Have a great night. It was so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I need to post on Instagram when I am getting on so that you can be aware. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at gotkids_keep it real. And then on Facebook, I could probably put it on there too. I have Got Kids Keep It Real. And you could just request on there and I'll add you. So it's not a big deal. All right, take care. Make sure you give this a thumbs up. And make sure that you subscribe if you haven't. Share it if you don't mind. Maybe we can help some others get a smile on their face. Try to inspire, try to encourage, and I try to just let you know it's worth to keep going. Just keep going because it always works out. And the sun really does come out tomorrow. And things get better. And I know because I've been through hell and back. And I'm still smiling and I'm still doing good. So, you know, we'll chat about